Hello everyone, my name is Kyle. Thanks for stopping by to check out my video in my Beginner's Guide series here on Arena Hacks. In this series, I've been helping all the players new to Magic the Gathering Arena get started on this digital platform and grow their account for very, very cheap or even free. So if you're into any of that, please hit the subscribe button down in the bottom corner right here where I am. And other than that, I also on this channel, I like covering all kinds of things, sharing all kinds of decks that I do, from jank to control to mid-range, just about everything. It's all standard best of one that I do on this channel, but I do dabble around in some other things. So once again, check out those other videos and check that out if you're into any of that. For today's video though, what I've been doing so far in this Beginner's Guide series is I've helped with the first few challenges, help unlock all kinds of cards and get started on your account with wild cards and all kinds of things like that. I've given my tips and tricks and advice for how to budget your money and spend all the money like gold and gems. And now what I'm going to be doing today is just going over a few of the free features. Not all of this is necessarily value related and going to get you more cards or wild cards or money and stuff like that. Some of it will help with value, but most of what I'm going through today is just things that parts of the program, things I haven't mentioned yet or point out because some of them weren't really that much about value or getting free cards. So to start with, I'm going to look at this bottom corner here, right where you see this little thing here. It says 0 just because I have 0 friends that are online right now. I actually have 1 friend that's in there, as you see. And you go to the plus here, and you type in their name in this box here, and you will see your name with your number. So to get that, you click on the profile tab. This is another way to get it. You would have seen it in that box there, and then you see your screen name here with a number, and you'll see this number behind it. So that number is necessary when you want to add somebody to your friends list. And to do that, it's just simple. You click on this, or you can even click tab. So if I take my hand off the mouse and I just click tab on my keyboard, that same thing pops up right there. And then you just go to the plus here, and you type in your friend's name and number into that spot and hit the send button, and they should get a friend request. Make sure that your friend that you're trying to send the friend request to, so if you paid attention to that, I went to the gear up in the corner, and then I went to account, and make sure that this is unchecked so that you are not blocking incoming friend requests. And then that way, your friend will receive your friend request. And just friends and adding friends and stuff like that. There's a chat window you can bring up and you can chat with them. This guy's offline right now, so I can't chat with him, but you got stuff like that you can do in this program. So also there was something that with your friends that you can do once you have people in your friends list. You see this little sword cross up here. I didn't mention that in any of my other videos here. That is for direct challenge. So if you click on that, it'll open up. You put the display name. So it says here display name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have to include that number in there, and then it'll send them a request for a challenge. Now you may have to wait. Maybe they're in a match already or something like that. They might open up chat and be like, I'm in a match, just wait a minute, right? And then you literally just wait, and then I don't know if there's a timer. We did, my friend and I there, we did set up the direct challenge. I can't remember exactly how it worked. If there was a timer, if the challenge wasn't accepted in a certain time, it would just expire. I don't know. I can't remember that. But basically, you wait for the other person. They'll get a message, and then they'll click, yeah, accept, and then you go into a match. You choose your deck. The person who sent the challenge will have to set up things like, you got all your stuff up here, the format type, best of 3, whatever, coin flip, best of 1. You can switch it to when the opponent wins. You can, set up all kinds of things, deck type, right? Brawl, 40 card stuff, all kinds of stuff like that. So that's how you set up the direct challenge as well. So this is actually going to be a little bit of a review now that I'm getting to, is when we come over to the profile here, and then we click on the right, and we go into this section here. And there was a video in the Beginner's Guide series that I'm doing where I did talk about all of these rewards that you get here with the packs and the gold and the cosmetics. And as I've mentioned before, I don't put value on cosmetics. I do mention them when they pop up like this, but I don't actually really put value on them. It's the cards and the money that I put the value on, because the money is used to get more cards. So in this, they're giving you gold, packs, and cosmetics, depending on what you get in the ranked season. Ranked season, there's about 2 days left in this one as I'm recording this video. And the ranked season is usually around 30 days. So, and where you start actually depends on where you finish. So if you're just starting out and you're brand new in your account, you'll start in bronze all the time. You haven't played any ranked games yet, you start in bronze. But if you ended the last season so high, they'll start you off a little bit higher up, depending on where you end your last season. But the big thing I want to talk about here is when you're brand new and you're trying to get rewards, you're trying to get these packs, grow your collection because you don't have many cards yet, and you may not be able to compete really high in the ranks down here because you just don't have all the mythic rares and all the really good cards you need, or maybe you're brand new to the game entirely and you're just not that good at it yet. That is a big thing as well. But what I say is, even if you can't get to platinum, it's not a big deal. But platinum is kind of where I'm saying, like, that's like the good point if you're only caring and focusing on the rewards. If you're trying to focus on rank, you're trying to get so high in top mythic for certain competitive events that you have to, or whatever, you know, that's fine and all. But I'm just talking about these rewards, the packs and the gold. Platinum is kind of your breaking point. Once you get there, for each win, you only go 1 spot forward, and every lose, you always go 1 spot back, except for bronze is the only one where you don't go back when you lose. But anyways, right, and platinum is where that first happens. Gold used to be that way, actually. I used to say in my old beginner's guide stuff, I used to say gold was your breaking point, because gold, you used to only go 1 spot forward, and you lose, you go 1 spot back. But now gold, you go 2 spots forward. When you lose, you go 1 spot back. So 50% win rate is able to get you all the way through gold and into platinum, right? And then once you get the platinum, you get that extra pack, and that's about it. You get an extra card style, but like there's value there, so that's cool and all, but there's no value there. So it's like it's just 1 extra pack, and that's it. So it's not even, that's why I'm saying it's really not even that big of a deal to get to platinum. Getting to gold is your biggest thing, because that's like when you get that's like the biggest jump too, right? After that, it's just a pack, a pack, a pack. And from platinum and onward, because you're only moving 1 spot forward every win, you A, need a higher win rate, B, you're playing against a lot more competitive players, C, it's just going to take more games that you have to win, because you don't go forward 2 spots when you win, right? So it's going to take you that many more games just to get 1 pack. Then do all those games in diamond, all those games to finally get to mythic, and you get 1 pack. So at this point, it's more about being competitive, and you're trying to get rank rather than get the rewards that come with it. I say if you're focusing on rewards, you're mainly focusing on either gold, maybe platinum, if you're at that level in the game or at that level in your account. So that was all a bit of a refresher on the ranked rewards. So now I'm going to go over to the decks tab here and cover up a few things that I didn't mention before. So obviously, as you all know, all the search stuff up here, I remember covering all that. Different ways of typing search terms for your decks, sort your decks alphabetically, whatever, sort your decks by the type, all that stuff. Colors up here, you click on them to sort them. And you click on this, obviously, add a deck. I have a special video where I did all that stuff down here, these buttons, and importing, exporting, all that stuff. So you click on this plus, you make a new deck, you drop this down, select your format, and there you go. So you can also, I'm pretty sure I did mention, this is a bit of a review here, is this button up here. You can switch your format. If you prefer to build your deck like this, you can add cards like that, and you know, stuff like that. And then you just keep adding that way. And if you want to reduce them, I don't like building my deck this way. It's a little more annoying when you want to reduce them and stuff like that. You go like this. I always like this way better. I find it, you just reduce this a couple, increase it a few, increase this, right? Having this, I just find it a lot easier. I like to see the cards in my collection over here. I find is a lot nicer. This is more for presenting. When you're in this mode, you also have this triangle here to flip that up and all that. And again, I more like use this just for presenting the deck. So let's put it back this way for what I'm doing. We'll just keep a nice list up here. Get rid of all of that. I'm going to turn off that for now. And then some of the other things in this, that was a bit of a review. Some of the other things in here that I haven't shown you yet. I do believe you pop up this menu, and I've shown you all this all the little sort things. I'll get to teaching you this little area here. That I found that a little confusing when I was new. It's really not that confusing at all. This is your mana cost, everything that's 3 mana cost. This is everything 3 mana cost and lower, right? So, you know, you click those and highlight those, pretty straightforward. These are your gold cards, your multicolored cards, colorless, all that stuff, pretty straightforward. All your card types down here. So one of the things is this, some stuff up here I didn't talk about yet. So if you hit the zoom button, it zooms out, and that's just for, as you see, for all this stuff here in your collection. I find it harder to read the cards, especially with a lot of text, like Cleric class here is really hard to read when it's in this form. You have to hover in order to read it, which is why I prefer it like this a little more, but I do like this. I look at this and it's like, what I like about this is just, there's so many cards, it's nice to see so many all at once, but at the same time when you're trying to build a deck, I can see it being a lot easier to miss a card that way and just to skim right past it because you're looking at so much information all at once. So I prefer to keep it this way. Crafting, when you turn that on, if a card you don't have like this one, so I can click on it and then I can just click the number of copies. It shows me my wild cards here, and I can even reduce them back, and then you click craft. When you have how many, it'll subtract the wild cards, and if you don't want it, you just click off somewhere up here and it goes away. I don't like crafting that way. I'll usually just use this button down here, or I'll go up here and hit this plus when it's red and you don't have the copies, and then it just brings up that menu anyways. I almost never use that. I actually kind of don't like it. So that's that, and then this little thing here, what is that little star thing? And you hover, it says card styles. Well, you click on that, and it's just how you get all your card styles. So this one's really neat. It has a bunch of different options. It has this one in the middle. So when you click on that, so once again, it only works when you have that highlighted. So this is just building deck. You click it, adds it to your deck. So you have to click this card style button. Everything kind of changes like this. And then you click on it and it opens up this menu where you can purchase the card style. I already have this one, or you can just go like this and set it. So now I'm not using the card style that I have, right? And then I go like this, select, and then it switches, and now I am using the card style. So you click it again, and I can go here, and I can purchase this alternate art for Cave of the Frost Dragon if I want to. Again, cosmetic, so I don't usually like spending my gold, and especially not my gems, on cosmetic stuff. So then you click this up here, and it just toggles it on and off when you click on it. So that's something that I didn't cover before, was that little bit up there. Another thing that's on value, I did discuss the vault a little bit. As a little bit of a recap, it's this thing that's kind of growing and shrinking at up in the top corner there. You only see it when you've hit 100% or higher, and that's when you're able to open it. As you see here as I hover, it contains 1 mythic rare wildcard, 2 rare wildcards, and 3 uncommon wildcards. Unlock the vault by collecting cards. I'm going to be a lot less vague than that with you guys right here. As I've mentioned in the past video, I'm pretty sure I did go over, it's from collecting more copies. In this case, see how I have all 4 copies of Battlefield Raptor. If I collect another copy, that will give me like 0.2 or 3% progress to the vault. I'm not sure. It's very, very low. Uncommons have the same effect as well. They will also build your vault progress as well. So if I collect another Lumamancer, I will also get more vault progress. In the case of an uncommon, it'll be more like 0.4% rather than 0.2%, right? It's very low in both cases. Kind of weird that they give you uncommon wildcards in here because you use extra uncommons to unlock it. That's kind of weird. But the big thing about the vault I wanted to cover here is a little trick. Now this is definitely going to be when you're more advanced in your account, and once you've built your account up, and after you've been running your account for a year, if you've been watching my channel and you've been following a lot of these practices, you'll probably be in a similar situation, and you're going to be starting to flood out on your common wildcards and uncommons. I just throw my commons and uncommons around right now, like, you know, if I'm building a deck and it's like, oh, I don't have this uncommon, it's whatever. I don't even, like, just use a wild card. Like, and you'll get to that point eventually. And like this, I'm even looking at this, I know this isn't even that much for some people who may have been playing Arena longer than I have. Like, they have hundreds of common wild cards and they just don't know what to do with, right? So when you start getting to this point where I'm at, what I'm going to do to encourage my vault to hit 100% just that little bit faster, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the new set here, Innistrad, and I want to see how many cards have I not collected that are common. And I say OK, and as you see here, it's empty. That's really good. That means there's not a single common card that I don't at least have one copy of in the new set. Currently, when I'm recording this video, the new set right now. And so this is really great when a new set comes out. If you're at that point when you have these extra wild cards, it helps open your vault a little faster. So I'm going to leave that off now and focus on cards I just have. And what these means are how many copies of the card you have. So right now, when I highlight this, I'm saying, show me only Innistrad Midnight Hunt cards. Show me only cards that I have in my collection that I only have one copy of. Don't show me if I have 2, 3, or 4 copies. Just commons down here that I have one copy of. And I click OK. There's only 2 commons that I only have one copy of. So that's 6 wild cards, or common wild cards, I would need to finish them off. So this little trick here to help, because there's still so many more packs I haven't received in the Mastery yet for Innistrad, and even if I do some drafts, I have all these extra draft tokens because I don't draft that often, but you know, that's free drafts, there's sitting there 9 of them, right? I'll be collecting all these commons when I'm drafting. They'll all be added to my collection, and if I have 4 copies of them, it'll all just go to Vault Progress, which helps me get rare and mythic wild cards. And wild cards, like, rounding those wheels are basically the only guaranteed way of getting them other than the vault. The vault just takes a long time to open and you don't get a super duper amount of wild cards when you do. But it is a great way to squeeze just a little bit of extra value out of your account when you do get to the point in your account when you have all these common and uncommon wild cards extra. So I'm going to build this deck here where I'm just going to add all copies of these things. We're going to go next here. I'm going to shut that off and go show me Innistrad cards common Innistrad cards that I have in my collection and I only have 2 copies of. And here they all are. So I'm going to add all of them. You have to add all 4 copies of all 4 cards to your deck so that you get those ones that you don't have collected. Is your main thing. Is mainly what we're trying to do here. So then we'll step forward to ones that I only have 3 of. So there's a lot of clicking here. It'd be nice if I could just do the one that I have that I'm missing, just the one that I'm missing, but I have to click it 4 times to get all cards in there. So, you know, you get through all of that. We're almost done, almost still there. There we go. Now we're done. We don't need this because this is just cards in Innistrad that I have all copies of, so I don't need to use wild cards to unlock them. So a nice quick way of determining how many they are that you're missing. Once you're done that, you just go back, you go craft, and it'll show you 31, right? So before I do that, I'll just go double check. Oh, I have 88. I'm perfectly fine using 31 and having 56, 57 remaining. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm going to use that 57 on. So yeah, I'm absolutely going to do this. And then every common I get now from every draft, every pack I open, every single common is now going to get from Innistrad Midnight Hunt is going to get me Vault Progress. And there's a lot of free packs I haven't received yet from the Mastery because it's still early in the season. So that's really cool, and it's just a fast way, the fastest way that most players know of to just dump a whole bunch of wild cards. There we go. Now we just hit the Decks tab here. We don't hit Done because that's going to save this deck, and we don't want this deck. It's not even a real deck, right? So you hit the Decks tab up here. Do you want to save changes? No. Discard changes. We've used the wild cards. We have those cards. We go click our Collection tab here. Oh no, it's actually not showing us all the new cards. All right. Usually it does, but it didn't that time. And that's a neat little vault trick that I like doing. Again, I tried to do it at first as much as I could, but I try to budget your wild cards, even your commons and uncommons. I remember when I was brand new, I had trouble with commons. Like, I just couldn't get enough common wild cards. There's no set way to get common wild cards. You just open them in packs. When you get them, there's no wheel to get them. So, and I remember that frustrated me. Like, I actually didn't have enough common wild cards, and now, like I said, I don't even know what to do with them now. So this is a great way of cycling them in early and squeezing that extra Vault Progress to help get more rare and mythic wild cards from your common and uncommon wildcards. Like I could do that same thing with the uncommons. I have 80 of them. Again, I'm not too sure what to do with them all, so might as well go through, find some set where I'm getting close to finishing it off. And then all the packs that I get from set, again, this works better the newer the set is, because the more free packs you'll get, the more drafts you may do in that set, and then the more vault progress you will get from it. So that's about it for that one. I wanted to go up here to the Mastery Pass now, and I wanted to do just another review on this. Just basically how it works and how you level up. So if we go to the home tab, this is basically how we level up here, is we get weekly wins, which are 250 XP per win, and we complete daily challenge, which is 500 XP. I usually count this as 275 because most of these weekly wins, you're probably going to be getting 25 XP from your daily win as well. So I usually try to count that just to account for that couple extra points that you get from your daily wins. And daily wins are very small, so I try not to count for them too much anyways. And you know what? For every Mastery Pass, you can complete the whole season as long as you do all your weekly wins, and you can usually miss 1 or 2 daily challenges that you don't complete, or you just miss out on receiving a new one because you have all 3. You don't complete one. The next day you're supposed to get a new one, but you don't because you have all 3. Like that's what I mean when you miss one. So you can miss 1, 2, and still have enough to go all the way through the mastery right down to the end to get all the rewards, making the 3,400 gems way more than worth the whole unlocking of the bottom. And that's the other thing I don't know if I've mentioned in other videos, is that at this point my gems, I only spend it on Mastery Pass. If you're starting out and you want to invest some money into your account, give your account a boost and buy some gems so that you can buy more packs or enter more drafts or something like that, that's okay as well. And then you set aside some of those gems to unlock Mastery Pass. And there are other ways to collect gems for free or even convert gold into gems. A big way of that is drafting. If you're good at drafting, then you can get a good conversion on your gold to gems. And then that helps you unlock the Mastery Pass as well. Always worth it. Always make an effort to unlock every single Mastery Pass that you can. I have the gems. I haven't unlocked this one just because I don't need rare wildcards right now. When I start running low, I'll unlock this and then I'll just get a whole bunch of, if I click it now, the pop-up will come. You can always spend extra gems too. I don't know why this always takes so long with I can go from tab and sometimes it takes the server a little bit. This always takes a little bit of time. But you have this option over here for 2,000 extra gems. You can get an extra 10 levels. You don't need to do that. Again, maybe if you're just starting out and the season's half over, that 10 level boost might be actually necessary because you just don't have enough XP in your daily challenge and whatever. This could be a good way also of investing those gems if you wanted to give your account a little boost when you're starting out. But the thing here is you look at the bottom, it shows all the things that I haven't received yet in the paid version of the Mastery Pass. All these packs here, 4 mythics, more packs here, cosmetics, more cosmetics, the orbs, I just choose where they go, but if you finish the Mastery Pass, you're going to get all orbs and have all the cosmetics for the orbs anyways, so that's all cool. But yeah, you can do that. Once you've unlocked this though, I can't do it now. If I just click here, it brings this back up. But what you can do is I can click, let's say here, and since this is 4 levels past where I currently am, it'll ask you if you want to pay 200 gems per level to actually just buy your way through the Mastery Pass. Now again, that's not necessarily the greatest way to be spending your gems, but if you're just starting out and you're behind in the Mastery because you've only just started with Arena, maybe that's a good way for you to be spending your gems to give you that extra boost. I would suggest that's probably better for someone who's a little more experienced with the game and just brand new to Arena itself. Yeah, I think that's about it. I like this. Just looking around at this particular Mastery for Innistrad, it's kind of neat. It's a little shorter than what I'm used to. They're usually around 80 levels. This one's only 60. As such that when they give away gems, they always give away the same total amount. So they usually, I'm pretty sure they do 6 times. They give you 200 gems. This time they do 400 gems 3 times, and it equals the same amount. I'm pretty sure they've done the same with the gold, like 2,000. I don't remember them giving 2,000 in one level. But again, because this is a short mastery, I feel like they've increased some of the rewards and just decreased how often you receive those rewards. So it all balances out to the same in the end anyways. In the free one up here, you always get a pack of the current set every second level. Sometimes they'll throw in extra rewards like this, depending on what season it is, what they're doing, and what Wizards of the Coast decides to give away for free up in the top part. As I mentioned in one of my other videos, this is the Mastery Tree, where you spend orbs that you've collected to unlock all these corresponding cosmetics when you hover, right? And you can't do these ones way back here until you unlock. It shows you here. So I've done this one already, so I'm now available to unlock this one. But I cannot unlock any of these here until I unlock these corresponding ones at the bottom when I get more orbs. So that being said, I think that wraps up today's video for the most part. I just wanted to get to some final thoughts on budgeting your money and running your account on a Magic the Gathering arena. And that is pointing out some things that you may have picked up on that I haven't explicitly said yet in this series, is that the more money you spend, the faster you will grow your collection. You know, makes sense, right? The less money you spend, the longer it will be, and the more patient you will have to be, the more games you will have to play to unlock all the free rewards. You can spend no money at all, but like I said, it's going to take a long time for you to build a really good, strong collection. So what I like to do is mix a little bit, spend very, very little money, maximize all the free stuff, and build my collection that way. And that's what this whole beginner series is about. So be patient if you're brand new, keep working at it. You'll grow your account, you'll get better. That's how I did it. I stumbled around a lot at first. I didn't find anybody who had a whole series of videos like this with all kinds of information all put in one place. So I really hope that this benefits all of you this whole series. I will continue to add more videos to this series here and there, just with budget decks and how I upgrade some of the decks that beginners start out with. So that'll help all the people who are brand new to Magic the Gathering. And that helps the people brand new to Magic the Gathering, because I'll be helping you get started with your deck building and advice like that. Otherwise, I think that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up at the bottom and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See you all at the next video. Cheers.